and Dubai for 16 days. I'm going to show you how I get ready for a big trip like that. And I will preface this by saying I am by no means a savvy traveler packer person, by which I mean I can't travel for 2 weeks in a carry-on. Some people totally can. I unfortunately, as you can see, love clothes, and I always do check my bags when I go on big long trips. So if you can pack in a carry-on, awesome, way to go. Oops, forgot to silence my phone. Anyways, way to go, but this is probably not the video for you. This is the video for the girls who constantly search for packing tips and, you know, oh, I'm going to Europe for 2 weeks, and then all you see is how to pack in a carry-on, how to pack in a carry-on. You're like, damn it, I don't want to pack in a carry-on. Okay, this is your video. All right, so we've got a lot of work to do, so should we get going? Here we go. First thing is first, we have to talk about the luggage situation. Okay, so that's the most important part of any travel gear, is what you're gonna bring all your stuff in. So we've got over here this Delsey suitcase. I hope I'm saying that right. Delsey? We'll check that. Okay, so anyways, we got the big guy, the big kahuna. You always want a bag that really rolls nice and smoothly, and this guy is smooth like butter. All right, so that's my big checked bag right there. Okay, then we've got my gear bag, which I just bought on Amazon for $70, and in comparison to how expensive all the other gear bags I was looking at, we're gonna see if this guy can hold up and actually is not gonna break on me. But it's my first gear bag, so I kind of figured I'd go for the lower end of the spectrum before I shelled out some major cash. Okay, so that's gonna be my personal item. And then we've got a little matching Delsey carry-on one as well. Also super wheelie, real nice. All right, once you got your luggage, then we gotta talk about what's going inside of it. But before we do that, one more important step, packing cubes. I say this a million times, but seriously, packing cubes are a lifesaver. And you got like different sizes of them, this medium size, a little smaller situation going on here, some bigger ones. So those are what I use to organize my underwear, bras, t-shirts, pajamas, workout clothes. None of this usually goes into the packing cubes, just kind of the stuff that I don't care about getting wrinkled goes into those. Now we need to address the elephant in the room, and that is my obscene amounts of clothes that I think I can take on this trip. But not all of this is gonna go with. Basically what I do is I kind of look through my closet and I pick, you know, we do like first round auditions. And so I put all of those on a clothing rack, and I highly recommend, if you're packing for a long trip, definitely invest in a great clothing rack, because then it's just kind of an easy way for you to put all of your stuff that you're using for the trip in one place so that it doesn't get intermingled with the stuff that you wear on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so I put all of these guys on the rack, and then I start to go day by day. Normally I like to have one outfit for the day and one outfit for the evening, and then certain outfits that I will have for specific photo shoots or anything else that I'm doing. So segment it to about 2 outfits a day. Some of those you'll rewear again, so you don't always have 2 outfits for a day, but that's kind of like baseline. So I'm gonna go through and pick my favorites, and then we're gonna narrow this situation out, okay? Something I try to do when packing, even on long trips, is to stick within the same kind of color palette. So clearly, as you can see in this one, it's definitely a warm color color palette. Lots of oranges, peaches, pinks, and some gold and black accents. So that's kind of what I'm working with. And of course, there's gonna be some outliers in the mix and some things that are really loud like this dress, but it kind of makes really accessorizing and choosing shoes a whole lot easier if you stick to kind of the same kind of colored clothes. proud of myself because I turned a full clothing rack into a half of a clothing rack. I still probably have too much stuff. I do have kind of like, I call them like extra outfits that I really don't need to bring. So those kind of sit in the wings waiting while I fill up my suitcase and weigh it, and then we decide whether we bring them or not. Before we start packing those, I'm gonna start to figure out accessories and kind of match jewelry and hair pieces and belts and all that good stuff so that I don't bring too much of that stuff. And what's really helpful with that is a jewelry organizer. This little guy has so many different compartments, and I swear by this, and it also makes sure that your jewelry stays not broken, because that's happened to me before I had one of these. So many different compartments. I have literally packed tons of jewelry into this one tiny little thing. We have finally reached that point in the packing process where 1, I am tired, 2, pro tip, never wear a headband while you're packing because it'll give you a headache, and 3, the cat has moved into the suitcase. So we're gonna need to remove said cat before we can start putting the clothes in the suitcase. So don't skip that step. Remember, remove the cat, then put the clothes in, because then if you don't remove the cat, your weight is gonna be all sorts of fuzzed up. It's time. I know. Oh, sorry. Ow! Ah! I'm sorry. I've decided that the carry-on is going to be my accessories and shoes bag, and then this big guy is going to be strictly clothes and all of my makeup and toiletries. I forgot to mention that I am definitely a fan of the minimal folding type of packing rather than the rolling. If you have a ton of clothes that really don't wrinkle, then I think the rolling is a great option, but for lots of super wrinkly stuff like this, I try and do the least amount of folds as possible. And there you have it, folks. The main suitcase is packed. The big kahuna. The only thing left to do is weigh this bad boy. Okay, here goes nothing. Also weighing the luggage with one hand. I'm gonna really test my strength, but here we go. Where do we stand? This has never happened before in my life. I need to test it again, but with 2 hands, okay? Because this is too good to be true. Pro tip, don't try and weigh your luggage with one hand while taking a video because you will get an inaccurate reading of the weight of your suitcase. So, that being said, 45-ish pounds. And my friends, we are done. Came in, weighed in at 45 pounds. I have to be honest, that's a very first for me. Like, literally, that's never happened to me before in my life. So, I don't know what I did special for this video to be such an epic packer, but you know, what a perfect time to actually finally get my act together. And one last thing, so if you're packing a little bit ahead of your trip, I tend to always leave some of the super wrinkly things out until literally like either the day before or the day of, if you can, and then put those in at the very top of your suitcase and then take them out right away. And hopefully, I mean, they'll still probably be a little bit wrinkled, but not as bad as if you had them in there for a while. So that's all the stuff I do. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you use some tips, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or want to know anything else. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Oh, and subscribe to my channel. Maybe? Please?